I know you're not a huge movie guy.
I'm lost.
Everything else is just kind of filler. Okay, so we're doing spoilers.
What is his story?
I don't know how to end this.
Deal with it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Just Go With It. Today, we are going to review something that I'm very intrigued to hear Ben's thoughts about. I don't know why I said that.
We did a poll,
Mhm.
and the poll was like 80% comedy and like 15%, no, it was mostly comedy, but the other percentage was sci-fi. I asked him, I was like, so, did you pick a comedy? He was like, it could be considered a comedy. So,
Well, because I didn't know you were doing a
Yeah.
poll, and like I already had everything planned out for like the next 2 months. So,
what's the point of doing? Community engagement, bro.
well, like I said, I'll just make it seem like, I guess I planned that.
Oh my goodness.
But this
Are you watching
will be in
Jupiter
relation.
Ascending?
No, God, what? I'm not going to put us through that.
I've never seen that movie.
I've never seen it either. I couldn't bear to get through like 20 minutes of it. But
Oh, now we gotta
Um,
watch it.
we'll get there whenever I find something connecting to it. But this is connecting to a movie that's coming out next month. And I'm pretty sure you've seen this one, but we have like 3 movies to watch in this sort of series. And I'm curious if you have any guesses or any kind of, any idea.
So, we determined it was sci-fi because I said sci-fi. And they're like, yeah, it's sci-fi. And then I said comedy, and you're like, it can be considered comedy. So, sci-fi that's kind of comedy. That's 3 movies. We're not watching Guardians of the Galaxy. We already watched the 3rd one.
Mm-hmm.
So, it can't be that.
And it ties into something that's releasing next month.
Oh, frick. Is this something I've seen before?
I believe you have seen this one.
I don't know, dude. Go
Alright.
ahead, just
We're
Blow me
watching
away.
Venom
how's that
because this ties in heavily to Madam Web, which is coming
I
out.
wouldn't call
in
that
Sony's
sci-fi.
Spider- How? Why not? It's an alien.
I mean, I guess. I guess
totally
sci-fi
think
is a
it's
pretty
sci-fi.
broad term, yeah.
Science fiction.
I always think of sci-fi as like space and like super technology, but I guess, yeah, you're
And I
right.
also think this is a comedy because it's very much like a buddy cop kind of comedy with the symbiote's relationship with Eddie Brock. But we've never watched this together, and we've never really talked about this. So I'm interested to see your thoughts, or we'll hear your thoughts. Do you have any memory of it?
Vaguely, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a shorter one, so let's go ahead and get into it, and then let's see what you think.
Alrighty. Well, we just got finished watching Venom, and my thoughts on it are kind of mixed because I did enjoy it, but I can't say I loved it. But it was still good. Like, I don't know. I don't want to give a rating yet because I'm not sure, but I don't know. It's like middle, like slightly
like,
above
here's
middle of
a
the
rate.
road.
You're like, here's a number rating already. All right, bye. See you, everybody.
I don't. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm with you. I feel like we have very similar viewpoints on a lot of these things, but this one
Mhm.
especially, it's middle of the road. I would say it takes about an hour to get into it, like really into it. But once Eddie like has the symbiote, I'm like all in. I think
Yeah.
that's just a lot of fun, and the relationship between the two of them, I think, just works. I think it's just like I said earlier, it's kind of like a buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
And then I also really love the casting for Eddie Brock. Like I think Tom Hardy is perfect as Eddie. And the villain, villain's kind of whatever for me. It doesn't really show up until like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
other than that, like I feel like it feels like an early 2000s superhero movie to me, like before the MCU and before everything. Like it's just this is it. This is a standalone thing, and just kind of like have fun with it, whatever.
I don't know. It felt like the pacing was all over the place. Like it was, I don't know. The beginning was okay. It didn't feel too slow. Towards the middle, when it was finally starting to get good, and then all of a sudden it just went, it was like cruising at like 60, and all of a sudden we're going 500 miles an hour. I'm like, wait, what? Like, so it just all happened super fast. I'm like, was there like an extended cut or something that we missed? Because it was just, I feel like all of a sudden the pacing just,
Yeah. There's no extra long cut or anything like that.
yeah,
Like, there's no director's cut or anything. So, I don't know. I guess they just kind of pushed it out to get it out. I'm not sure if this movie had to deal with any reshoots or anything like that. But,
yeah,
I think they just wanted it out during all the hype of like Marvel and everything. Like this came out the same year Infinity War came out. They
yeah,
wanted it out before Spider-Verse was coming out. They wanted to promote Spider-Verse with this. And I feel like if they would have taken more time with it, it could have been really, really good.
yeah,
But instead we just got something that's pretty okay. Like I think it's fun.
yeah,
It's a good like sit back and just kind of watch it every once in a while movie. But this isn't
yeah,
one that I'll go back to a lot.
yeah. I did note, like you said, it does felt like it was kind of not necessarily thrown together, but like there was stuff left out almost. There were several times I was like, wait, why is that the transition? Like they're doing the car chase scene, and he's like coming down the hill in the motorcycle, and it cuts to him just in a city block.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, he just like teleported? Like what? Huh?
Yeah.
What happened? Like I don't know, but there was like just several like weird inconsistencies, and like I don't know, some like story beats that were like what, or decisions that were kind of weird. Like I was talking earlier, how like the facility that he got Venom from, strangely, don't get me wrong, there was lots of security, but for that level of a facility, you think there would be like military grade security, not just like dudes with handguns and side by sides,
Yeah.
like civilian equipment.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed strange. Some
Well,
of
and
the choices.
the fact that you were saying too, like, why didn't they have cameras? Like
Yeah.
why did they
Why?
not know who stole the thing? Like, especially like, I know you said in that area, like the secret area, yeah, maybe they wouldn't have cameras in there. But like when he's exiting the building,
Yeah.
why was there no cameras?
Yeah. Like they shouldn't have had to even. That was the stupidest thing. Why did they even have to bother interrogating, the employees and find, the lady did it? And I'm like, there should have been security camera, even if it's just the outside of the building, at all the entrances and exits. There would have been a security. At my place of work, which is not like a fancy place, we have security cameras at the entrance and exits.
Yeah.
Like, and I work in a store. Like, I'm not in a high tech facility. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Like, it made no sense.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of plot holes in this movie too. Just like things, it wasn't like, someone who took this as like a passion project or anything. And you can see that too by the fact that like they didn't even bother and try and include anything Spider-Man related. Like they just did Venom. And I know they couldn't do Tom Holland or anything like that, but I really feel like they could have like hinted at like, oh, this is Andrew Garfield's universe or something like that, or there is a Spider-Man in this universe, because like, who is Venom without Spider-Man? Like without him having that like big symbol on his chest and stuff, it's like, yeah, this still is Venom, but like it, it's just not the same. Like that's still something that kind of just irks me. It's like you could have just, the audience would have understood, if you just said like, oh, this is Andrew Garfield's universe, or oh, there is a Spider-Man in this universe, but it's separate from Tom Holland and stuff. Like they should have tried something to do with that. And I feel like they try and correct that in the future, but it never fully works out. So, and now like we have like Kraven the Hunter coming out without Spider-Man, and this is in the same universe. And it's like we have Madam Web, and who knows if there's going to be a Spider-Man in that or not? Like I feel like there needs to be. They keep getting all these Spider-Man characters, but not Spider-Man.
See, like, I don't get me wrong, I would like to have been Spider-Man, but at the same time, it didn't irk me too much that Spider-Man wasn't involved. I just felt like, I don't know, it felt like they were just rushed in. We learned nothing about the symbiotes. We learned, like, we knew nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like we were just kind of thrown in. Like, we were like, hey, we started wading into the pool, and all of a sudden it was just a drop off, like, boom. And we were drowning. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, there was no explanation. Stuff just started happening. And that's what's annoying, because despite all of that, I still liked it.
Yeah.
So it had potential. If they actually gave it the time and love, it could have been good. But like you said, I think it was due to them rushing to get it out, in time for Spider-Verse and stuff, and them just trying to, like, get ahead of the curve that really gimped it.
Yeah.
Is the second one any better? Do you know? Just quick. I'm not asking to rate it. Just like a quick little yes or no.
No. Yes and no.
Okay. So okay.
There's things I like better, but there's things I also don't like as much. So
okay.
Like, I'm excited to see your opinion on that one. I just didn't want us to, like, go into that one and not talk about this one first.
Did you How did you feel about the character of Eddie himself?
I like him. I do. Like, I know it's not the Eddie from, like, the comics per se, like, not that version of him, but I like this version. I feel like he feels like a real person, and yeah, he is kind of looking out for himself and, like, kind of a jerk in some ways, but also, like, wants to do the right thing overall, when it comes down to it.
I felt like they made him unnecessarily oblivious.
Oh, okay. I can kind of see that.
Like, he's a reporter, and for a while he's like, what's going on? I'm like, you're a reporter. The lady literally told you what's going on, and it took you that long to figure it out.
Yeah.
And like, just I don't know, like, I just had towards the end, I wouldn't say I liked him, but I liked the dynamic between the two. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Him by himself, I'm just kind of like, okay, he's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah.
Kind of an idiot. But they didn't really make me care for him.
Yeah.
I care more for Venom than him.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Two, like, standout scenes for me is the lobster tank scene is one of them. I absolutely love that scene. Like, that's just perfect.
He grabs the steak and it's like, oh, this is dead.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
But and then the second one is Stan Lee's cameo at the end. Like, it's just always so great to see him. And that one, I don't know, it seems heartfelt. I really like that one for some reason.
Yeah, it's nice because we haven't seen Stan Lee in a while. And to see him again is like, oh.
I know. It's like, Grandpa. Oh, gosh. But you want to rate it?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to do... Like I said, this movie is very middle of the road, but it is still on the fun side. So I'm going to say... like a... between 6 or 7, so I guess 6.5.
Okay.
Because... I don't know, like... It's good enough to sit down and enjoy, but not good enough to, like, want to go to, like, the movies to see it. You know? But I don't know. It was a good movie. It just felt like there was stuff left out.
Yeah.
So that's
for
how
me,
I feel.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay.
I feel like it's very middle of the road. I would say half of it I like, and I think it's a good movie. The other half, I'm like, why did they choose to do this, or why is this happening this way? And then, like I said, the Spider-Man thing just kind of I just want just to mention, just like a newspaper or something, or like, oh yeah, in New York I had to report on that spider guy or something like that. Just like because he was in New York. Just give me something, something.
I would have taken like even like and that stupid James Jonas Jameson guy and his infatuation with that vigilante or whatever. Even something like that.
Just
even if you
something
don't say
small.
Spider-Man,
Yeah. But I mean,
obviously they couldn't, but
yeah.
They
but
could've.
now things are changing.
they couldn't,
now
but
with-
they could have.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited for you to see the next one though, because there is definitely some stuff in there that I think is better in that one.
Are they
But-
making another one? Do you know?
There's just going to be a Venom 3. Yeah.
Okay, is it
So
standalone or is it? I know it's already in the multiverse, but is it tied to the multiverse? Is it just a standalone movie?
I know it's gonna be standalone, but like I know these Sony movies are all connected. They're trying to build their own little universe. So I don't know how much it's going to get into that or not. Because before that, we still have, like I said, Madam Web and Kraven the Hunter that's coming out before then. So,
All right.
and yeah, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just have to go with it.